YouTube. So this may look different. I'm in a new house. I'm going to be living in Kansas City, Missouri for the next 3 months. I'm scheduled to move back to Jacksonville around Easter. So I'm in Kansas City. I'm staying with my dad and his life partner Gary. So yeah, I came in on, I have a story. I was supposed to come in Kansas City at 5:30 on Sunday. Alright. In order to get to Kansas City, there's no direct flight from Jacksonville to Kansas City. So I was going to have to, I rode Delta. I was supposed to have to get on a plane that left at 2 and then would go from Jacksonville to Atlanta. Then I would go get on another plane, connecting flight, that would go from Atlanta to Kansas City. And I was only supposed to have a 35-minute layover once I got in Atlanta for my plane in Kansas City. So, my plane was supposed to leave about 4 from Atlanta, and then I'd be in Kansas City about 5:30. That's not what happened. We boarded the plane in Jacksonville, and sorry, I'm just putting my hat on. So we boarded the plane in Jacksonville, and we're waiting, and waiting, and waiting. What happens is, apparently the pilot comes on the intercom and tells us that there's one of the navigational things on the plane that they used for the co-pilot wasn't working. So they had to fix that, and they were all good. Then all of a sudden he goes, I'm sorry, we have to wait for an EMT. Somehow, somebody didn't make sure the overhead hatch where they put their carry-on luggage was secure. So somehow we hadn't even moved, and it opened, and it fell out, and it hit someone on the head. So we had to wait like 40 more minutes for an EMT, and then we had to wait for the EMT to check the person's vitals to make sure that their vitals were okay, and they could drive the plane. So we're waiting. Finally, the EMTs leave. I don't know if the person got back on the plane or not, but okay. So we're taxiing down, getting ready for takeoff. There's no air. All of a sudden, the plane stops, and he comes back on the intercom and says, we have to go back to the gate because the right engine was blown and not working. They were going to take off? Why did we even move off the gate if they knew the right engine wasn't working? So anyhow, we go back to the gate, and they have us waiting on the plane for another hour and 45 minutes. I mean, really, with no air. And this was because if we got off the plane, we would not be allowed to get back on. So a mechanic comes, and they don't have the part. So we have to then we all have to get off the plane. And I've already missed my connecting flight by now. It's 4:30. And so we're waiting, and they say, okay, by 5:30 in Jacksonville, another mechanic who's flying with the part from Atlanta will come in, and he'll fix it, and we'll be there. Okay, that's good. So we're waiting, and I'm standing in a line this entire time, trying to talk to the person at the desk, asking what I need to do. So the sun's setting. It's 5:30. Then it's 6. And it takes me about 2 hours, practically, to get to the counter at the gate to ask someone what to do. Because I'd missed 3 other connecting flights to Kansas City. And there was one more, and that one was going out at 10:05. Out of Atlanta to Kansas City. And so I got up there, and I was tired. I was frazzled. I was going crazy inside. I was trying my best to be cool and all that, but no, inside I was a wreck. So I get up there, and the nice guy, I was like, is there any way I can get on the last flight out of Jacksonville to get to Atlanta, which was leaving at 7 something. And he says, "Hon, I'll do you one better." And he put me on a flight that was leaving at 6:30. Well, it didn't matter because of bad weather in Atlanta. That flight didn't leave to 7:30. Alright, so I get to Atlanta, and if any of y'all know the Atlanta airport, it's a madhouse. So I get there, and I'm hungry. I don't have any more money because I had spent the last of my cash having to pay to put my suitcase in the belly of the plane, because with Delta now, you have to pay $25 for one suitcase, unless you're flying in first class. So that sucked. So I had no cash. I had Sour Patch Kids and combos and a chocolate bar that my mother had bought me earlier in the day, but I didn't have, I couldn't buy any real food, so I was starving. So we get to Atlanta, and the gate my plane arrived at, was gate 36A. And I had to go from gate 36A to what was B6. So I had to walk all the way to the mid part of the airport, go around an elevator, get on the train that would take me to the Terminal B, get on gate B, had to walk all the way down to on the left side of, and I know that my directions are all flipped, so left would, whatever, the left side, this is my left hand, but, so the left side of the Atlanta airport, and it was crazy. So I get all the way to the end where it's B6, and I'm there maybe 20 minutes reading. Then the guy who was at the gate comes on the intercom and says that people who are getting on that plane have to go from B6 to B36, which is on the right side. Yeah, the right side. And B36 is the very last gate on the right side of Terminal B. So I had to walk all the way back down Terminal B. And, it was awful. And then I still got delayed getting on the plane a further 50 minutes. So, and I was sitting by these crazy people on the plane. They were nice. One was 29, and then the girl, his name was Daniel, was in the middle. He was 29, and the girl on the other side of him was 23, and her name was Ashley, and she worked actually as a model research person, and she was talking to me about all that stuff and on what it all entails. And so when they come by with offering drinks, the guy in the middle actually bought the girl a drink, bought himself a drink, and he offered to buy me a drink because I'm 21, and I was like, thanks, but no thank you. I'm really hungry. And if you want good snacks on Delta, you have to pay now, which is ridiculous. But yeah, so I arrived in Kansas City at 12:30 a.m. or so, and then Daddy and Gary were there with the dog, who I will do a video with sometime soon. But yeah, and that was early Monday morning when I got to the house. This is my bed in my room. I call it the Gryffindor suite. I will show y'all why later when I film a video. But right now it's around 40 degrees out. It's gonna start dropping within the next 2 hours. A little bit of snow is supposed to fall, about an inch here in Kansas City. It's very likely. There's an 80% chance of snow. So if that's true, that will be my first snow in Kansas City. I've been in snow, but I've never been in snow in Kansas City. And it will be the first snow of the year here. So yeah, if it snows, I'll be filming a vlog about that. Anyhow, that's it for now. I'm gonna go see if I can get a job while I'm just for the time being while I'm in Kansas City. Sunglass Hut or American Eagle, Build-A-Bear Workshop. Cross the fingers. I'm gonna apply at a grocery store too, but fingers crossed I get an actual store. Anyhow, that's about it for now. I'll be posting another vlog later. Bye.